Thank you for ZocDoc for sponsoring this episode. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health to primary care to urgent care and much more. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/wildest to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/wildest, ZocDoc.com/wildest.
Welcome to World's Wildest.
Hello.
We're fighting.
Yeah.
This is our Valentine's Day episode. We were like, we'll talk about Valentine's Day and like what we're doing for and then Connor comes out with the I don't care about Valentine's Day, and neither does my wife.
Yeah, it's so consumeristic centric.
Okay, that's fine. That's valid.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna pull out the like, why can't you just love them every day of the year? Why do you have to celebrate it one day of the year?
No.
Okay, then I forgive you. We were fighting over nothing. Actually, I take it back.
I respect men that can. I was going to do an office quote. Never mind. You're going to hate me for that one. So I take it back. I do have brain fog and a really crappy voice because I just fought off influenza A. Yay. So I'm still recovering here. So it's going to be a little bit slower on my end.
That's okay.
Thanks, Maya.
That's okay. But, the consumerism of Valentine's Day is cringe.
Yeah.
We do overconsume for holidays in general.
I think it's a good excuse to spoil someone if you want to, but you should be able to do that whenever you want. I feel like it's special on a different day, and it's probably cheaper. And less people dislike people. Especially like going out, like it's all crowded, and all the couples are holding hands. I don't like PDA. I cannot stand PDA.
Connor's a married man. I just want to put that out there. Holding hands is not really
that
PDA.
That is peak PDA for Kayla and I.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't need to talk about y'all's relationship on this podcast, but interesting. Okay.
What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
I'm going to the snow, which is, I realize, a phrase that only people from like California say.
Oh.
I'm going to the snow. I'm going to Utah.
Oh, okay.
To snowboard. But I'm going to visit the snow. I snowboarded once when I was a kid. Surely I can do it again.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be really fun and fresh. And we're hanging out with my brother and my sister.
I just got done skiing. It was a great time.
Did you fall?
Yeah, I ate a lot of crap. It was a good time. But I did a black diamond, and I went over the rocks, and my helmet was a good stop. So I did not get injured. It was a great time. But there's a lot of really cool songbirds. If you like stop and listen on the side of the mountain, or go into the tree covers.
Mm-hmm.
The bird watching is impeccable for some reason. It was crazy. I crashed into the tree line and it was hard to get out of the deep snow. I just laid there for a minute and it was just beautiful songs and all the birds are going by.
That's nice.
Granted, it was like 40 degrees in Colorado. So like
ski patrol's like yelling your name. You're just like listening
to
the birds.
Shut up. I'm listening.
What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day?
Nothing. Why would I do something for Valentine's Day? We got to work. We've got to build that cat wall. We're building a $1,000 cat wall.
Do something.
No.
Get her something.
What's your worst Valentine's Day?
I don't know. I can't think of it. What's your worst Valentine's Day?
I was at the animal hospital. I used to take.
I already told you before we started filming. I can't tell that story on this podcast. Oh,
it was a segue.
Sorry, go ahead.
I knew you couldn't. I was at the animal hospital and I ended up having to do an emergency.
Yeah.
And the emergency never showed up, and I brought my date with me to help with an exploratory laparotomy, which is a surgery where you go get like a toy or something that's in the dog's intestines and find it. So we brought our Applebee's with us, ended up lighting a candle, and I didn't know the oxygen was on, and I caught some stuff on fire and had to use the fire extinguisher. And cleaning up a fire extinguisher really sucks, and it got all the food that we didn't get to eat. Yeah, and I learned at the bright age of 17 not to use flames.
Candles in
the treatment room. So I repaired the drywall myself. Everything was fine. The veterinarian thought it was hilarious. But yeah, I learned my lesson.
So is that why you ate Valentine's Day and romance?
Because I'm not very good at
Get
it.
her something, I swear to.
I'll give her a hug.
Connor, oh my god. Ugh. Get her something.
I don't, what? I'll get her a world's wildest mug.
Oh my,
You can get it at the link in the description.
Connor, do you have any idea how lucky you are to have a woman like Kayla in your life?
Every day.
You realize that she chooses you? Give her a freaking reason.
I feel like
Get
she's
her
kind of
something
locked
for
in
Valentine's
right now,
Day.
but...
That's not how that works. Do not think like that. Get her something for Valentine's Day. Piss me off.
You know what? I have the perfect thing. It's for my last animal. It's the perfect gift. It's on an Etsy shop. That's what I'll get her.
Okay, well, it's
so romantic.
You're gonna be late, dude.
Ah, crap.
Oh my god.
I forgot it's in 3 days from recording. You guys are watching this the day before. Anyway, that's the Valentine's Day.
Did you get her
plans.
the thing that I sent you? What
did you send me?
I've sent you so many things to get her.
What?
The freaking book lamp thing. The lamp that's in the book. I sent you that months ago.
I don't remember that.
The lamp. The book that has the lamp that's sticking out for her book nook. Oh my god, you're pissing off. You're pissing off.
I don't remember.
Oh my god,
I'll take a look.
So good.
I'll look back at our text messages. Sorry. Is it the thing that you put on the book?
The thing that sticks out, it looks like a book, but it's a lamp, and you plug it in behind the book, and it looks like the book is a lamp. It sticks out of a bookshelf.
I don't remember that at all. That sounds awesome, though.
Oh my god. Okay, guys, welcome to the freaking episode. This is our Valentine's Day episode.
World's cutest couples.
World's cutest couples.
Obviously not Kayla and I because of me.
Okay. This was a viewer suggestion from Worm Forest. World's cutest couples talk about animals that mate for life or ways a certain species shows affection. That is very nice. Before we dive into the episode, you want to answer a question from the Patreon?
Yeah.
Because we have a Patreon, by the way. You can get ads. You can get episodes ad-free over there. And you can't get ads over there, sorry. You can get episodes ad-free, and you can get a bunch of extra content, and you can ask us questions. We'll answer them here. You can check us out on Patreon. I will be posting from my snow trip, maybe bird watching, maybe some things that I see in the snow on our Patreon. Go check it out. This question from our Patreon, H2O, said, what animals would be the best at a team sport? You can choose different sports and different animals for the team.
I got it.
Go ahead.
A hare's a sock, but they're called what are they called now? They changed the name on them.
Bay-winged hawk?
Bay-winged hawk, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Hare's a sock. Because they already work as a team so well, and they will sit on top of each other, on top of a cactus, they'll be 3 or 4 high. And they're really good at coordinating. They're called the wolves of the sky, and they're a really good team group. It would really do well at soccer, basketball, probably not football, but it'd all be really good.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I was gonna say a herd animal, like a zebra.
A zebra?
Maybe. Yeah.
Why?
Because they're really good at moving together, and equines are really, really phenomenal at moving like a school of fish. I realized maybe I should have said school of fish because I'm using them as a reference for phenomenal.
But zebras are way more powerful.
Yeah, and they could actually play a sport stupid little fish can't.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Dumb fins.
Yeah. Thank you for your question. Thank you for subbing on Patreon. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this episode in advance. If you're not subbed, what the frick are you doing? Also, we have bookmarks that we send to tier 3s on the Patreon. This is our most recent bookmark. I do draw them, Smile, on my iPad, Smile. This is a corpse flower. What do you think?
Have you ever sent the videos of you drawing them?
I don't know. Time lapses?
Very cool.
Yeah, we can do a time lapse.
Tell us about a corpse flower.
Yeah, if you're... Pause. I wasn't ready for all that. They bloom and they're really stinky, and they don't bloom very often, and it's cool.
It is really cool.
You'll get this bookmark in the mail, mailed to you if you sub this month on Patreon. So, check us out. All right. Ready? World's cutest couples.
I'm ready.
I have an announcement. I only have 1 animal today, which is crazy, because usually we do 2 each.
Yeah.
But this one there's just a lot to talk about here.
Okay. Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Before we do that? I don't know where you're going with yours, but if it is the direction I think, this will be relevant. It's relevant for mine. So I read a paper called Vasopressin and Pair Bond Formation.
Oh, don't piss me off like that.
What?
I read this paper.
Genes to brains to behavior.
Never mind. Sorry. Continue.
Okay. So it's estimated that only 3 to 5% of all mammalian species, excluding humans, form monogamous relationships.
Yes. That is extremely relevant.
Okay,
That's
cool.
what I'm about to talk about. And I read a paper that was very similar, but not the same one.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Prairie voles.
Prairie voles.
Do you know what that is?
It's a vole that lives on the prairie.
Okay. Slay. Small, stocky rodent. 4.5 to 7 inches, or 11.6 to 17.8 centimeters. It's like the size of an iPhone. Okay.
Huge.
Huge. They live in grassy fields, in above ground and underground tunnels in the central U.S. They are mostly herbivores, stems, leaves, seeds, whatever. But they sometimes eat insects, snails, crayfish. Check them out.
They're very cute.
So cute.
They
It
got
looks
paper
like
clips on their head.
those are these are. This was taken in a lab setting.
Trackers. Tags,
But I think there's tags. They look like the shape of a hamster if you
compressed it.
If you skinned a mouse and put the mouse's fur on it like a jacket.
Okay.
I didn't have to say all that. It looks like a hamster with mouse fur.
Yeah. Okay.
Is what I should have said. Sorry.
I was going through the process of how you do that in my head.
Yeah, so anyway.
Stop traumatizing me today.
Sorry. Less than 5% of mammal species live monogamous.
Sorry. I ruined that.
This is a 5%er right here, baby. Males will stay near the female even when other females are present. They will groom and huddle with the babies.
That's cute.
For warmth. Look at this dream team power couple.
That's very cute.
They're so cute. There's two little hamster mice guys, voles, and their little babies, which is really nice. They have a close relative, a meadow vole, that looks like this, that, I'm sorry, just looks the exact same, audio listeners. Like, they're indistinguishable.
It's slightly browner, a little bit smaller.
Okay, I think they look very much the same. This is a 95%er.
Oh, okay.
So they could not care less about their wife. And males offer 0 parental care for their young.
Slay.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Okay, why are they so different? Spoiler.
One's smarter than the other. They know that if you work together as a team, things are going to be more successful.
That's a good theory. I was just about to say spoiler. I don't know.
Oh.
And I'm not really going to tell you a good reason. They only live 1 to 2 years. Rodent. Sad.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So fighting for limited resources, breeding as much as possible is obviously going to be the most ideal. Note, prairie voles are socially monogamous, but genetically not monogamous. So like they will mate with other prairie voles, but they're like bonded with one.
What? Really? That's no,
like they'll go mate with other ones, but like they don't like them. Like they don't care. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. They only care about the woman that they love.
All right, it's like humans.
Well,
Some.
Okay. So this, I'm gonna get started on a rabbit hole.
Okay.
Okay.
A vole hole.
A vole hole, if you will.
Love a good vole hole.
Biological explanation for love has 2 elements. Okay.
Oh God, you're going down this road.
One
okay.
is the molecular
love
circuits
is how the
that
heart
produce
feels.
love.
That's it.
What's happening biologically, the molecular circuits, why we experience love biologically. And another level is the evolutionary forces that favor the construction of those circuits,
Sure.
right? So, prairie vole is a fascinating animal to study because why are they monogamous where a meadow vole looks socially monogamous, while a meadow vole that looks the same and has like the same niche virtually.
Right.
Like, why are they so promiscuous? What is the difference? So, they've done a lot of studying of their brains. Larry Young of Emory University has studied these guys extensively. Very interesting. Studied prairie voles and meadow voles, found that both species release oxytocin and vasopressin,
Okay.
which is what you were talking about, a chemical love cocktail, if you will. Those 2 things.
Okay.
They both release it, but oxytocin and vasopressin, they can only act if they're binded to a receptor.
Sure.
In the brain. Prairie voles have the receptors, and the receptors, interesting also, are near areas of the brain associated with addiction and like reward, like feeling rewarded for something.
Right.
So prairie voles have a bunch of those receptors, whereas meadow voles do not.
Hmm.
So they both release oxytocin, vasopressin, but only one of them has the receptors to bind those things so that they actually experience anything.
Huh.
Young injected a virus into the brains of meadow voles that encouraged the creation of receptors, and it essentially made them monogamous.
Huh.
Isn't that
Okay.
crazy?
That is.
So he injected this virus into their brains of meadow voles, got the receptors, and then all of a sudden they were like, this is my woman forever.
Can we make this for people?
So then the next question is, can we make this for people, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, this is the new big thing.
And give it to my boyfriend.
Just
my serial cheating boyfriend. Make him mine.
prick your partner.
Easy.
And everything will be fine. No. So they've tried to do that with mice and rats, and it doesn't change their behavior at all. The long story short is that we do have a common ancestor with prairie voles, but we diverged like 100 million years ago. So we just have very, very different systems. So no, it would not work for us. But humans do have those receptors. This is such a rabbit hole. It actually stresses me out. Okay, pause.
Prairie vole hole or hole, yeah. Vole hole, not rabbit hole, vole hole.
A vole hole.
Thank you.
You know what else about prairie voles is they're so scent oriented. The theory is that when they smell their partner, it like they associate that with the rewarding feeling that they get when those receptors are working, like in action. So whenever they smell their partner, they like feel at ease and they like are addicted to that feeling.
Okay.
Which is really cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's really cute. Deeper down the vole hole, these are our closest living relatives. Chimpanzees and bonobos. Hello? What do we know about bonobos, Connor?
They like to boink.
And how monogamous they are.
0.
They're super not monogamous. This is kind of similar to like the meadow vole, prairie vole thing, right? Now we have like bonobos and us.
Sure.
Relatively similar. Why so different? Bonobos like are notorious for being not like very, very promiscuous.
Resolve conflict through sexual intercourse.
Yes, they have a lot of it.
If we evolved from them, the world would be such a different place. We don't need nukes. We need condoms.
Right. So why are we so different from them? Probably because of our... Okay, compare a human baby to like a baby chimpanzee.
Okay.
Which one is more capable?
They're both the same.
No. I'm sorry. I'm climbing through the trees. I'm a human being. I have a brand new baby. It's a newborn. I'm like, I gotta jump to that tree. I have no hands though, because I gotta jump to the tree. Baby, hold on to my stomach. What's the baby doing? Falling through the treetops.
Okay, sure.
Crying and it dies.
The chimpanzee slightly outcompetes the human baby.
The chimpanzee outcompetes the human baby. Human babies can't lift up their neck. They outcompete them so hard.
I don't like a brand newborn, like it can't grab on for a few days. So a 1-month-old human baby versus 1-month-old chimpanzee. Yes, chimpanzee wins. Okay, move on. You got your point. I'm caught on semantics, okay?
My point is that it's evolutionarily beneficial for us to have multiple parents to raise such useless young.
Yeah.
Because they're useless for so long.
Like 18 years. Right.
Whereas chimpanzees don't need as much parental care. So that's like a theory for it. Then I started reading about genetics, and to be honest and transparent and authentic with you guys, I got very confused because genetics are really confusing.
Diploid, haploid.
Well, yeah, so that is those are words that have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Genetics just have such crazy words.
So the thing that sent me spiraling today is that they've found, you know how it's all about the receptors that they have? Like the monogamy piece is all about how many receptors they have in their brain.
For the voles.
For voles.
Okay.
So then your question is like, is that the same throughout the species, right? Do they all have that many receptors or does it vary?
Oh.
It varies.
I don't think to ask that question.
I did.
I would assume it wouldn't, but I guess cool that it does.
It do.
So you have stronger bonding pairs. Yeah. That's cool.
No, it's not.
Why is it not?
That's scary.
Why? Just like humans, some people are more strongly bonded to each other than others.
You don't think that's a scary concept?
No.
Holy man. Okay.
There's such a spectrum in life, Maya. It's not all black and white.
Young found that some prairie voles have more vasopressin receptors than others, and the same goes for humans. So there are some people that have more receptors for receiving vasopressin and oxytocin and pair bonding than other people.
Yeah.
I don't know why you don't find that kind of scary. That kind of freaks me out.
It's cool.
So then here's this quote from National Geographic. Vaso-love is their name for the hypothetical prick that we're giving our partners to make them more loyal.
Right.
Vaso-love gene therapy may not get you the perfect man, but what if measuring how many V1A receptors a man has in his ventral pallidum may give you a hint of whether he's going to stick around? Will a PET scan someday become a part of the modern courtship ritual?
That's cool.
And here is an image of a PET scan where we're seeing the vasopressin receptors in a person's pituitary gland in their brain.
That's cool.
So I think we should. It should become a required upload on Tinder to upload a PET scan to show how many receptors you have and what your capacity is for pair bonding and loyalty and monogamy.
I wonder if there's people that have really large ones, but they've been traumatized, so they just jump around and they can never fully bond. So I wonder.
That was so sad.
I wonder if that's a good indicator, but it wouldn't be the full picture.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I think it would be amazing to learn that about yourself as well. And
I don't want to know.
I
don't want to know, and I don't want to know for my partner. I don't know about all you ladies out there. You let me know in the comments if you would want to know. I don't want to freaking know.
I'd have a really strong one for work. Like it'd be a very big one.
Mutations of the microsatellites that are responsible for these behaviors have been linked to autism.
Oh.
Also.
We should put that in the test.
Yeah, probably.
That's cool.
I just think it's crazy. It's a crazy concept.
Like, why does that surprise you?
It doesn't surprise me. It scares me because I guess I realize that monogamy is not like a hard and fast rule for humans. But the concept of some people being more capable chemically, biologically, of engaging in monogamy is scary. Like, I always thought that was just like a choice. Well, it is a choice. It absolutely is a choice. But like, I thought that was strictly mental. It's scary that there can be a chemical component attached to that.
I guess I've never thought about it, but it makes a lot of sense from what I have observed of humans. And my observation of you would be you have a very large one.
Thank you.
Large.
That's what they say about me.
Commitment. Yeah. Nice. Thank you to ZocDoc for sponsoring this episode. When was the last time you needed to go to a doctor, but you pushed it off? Made the excuse, I'm too busy, it'll heal on its own, or I don't need help. I think we've all been there. Booking a doctor's appointment can just feel so daunting. But thanks to ZocDoc, there's no reason to delay. They make it so easy to find and book a doctor who's right for you. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health to dental health to primary care to urgent care and much more. Stop putting off those doctor's appointment and go to ZocDoc.com/wildest to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/wildest, ZocDoc.com/wildest. Thanks so much for sponsoring this episode. Well, I've got a lizard that also has a very large one.
Okay.
What is it called again? The large pituitary gland?
Large vasopressin receptors?
Large vasopressin receptors. I sound drunk right now.
Yeah, you really do.
I'm just struggling to breathe. Okay, so it's a shingleback lizard. It's a species of blue-tongued skink. So they live in Australia. They love to eat snails, insects, carrion, and vegetables. They're so cute. They're very plump.
Audio listeners, it's shaped like a blue-tongued skink, but it kind of has the skin of an alligator, and it looks like its tail was cut off.
Yeah, it's very fat tail.
Fat tail.
They've gotten a nickname called the two-headed skink due to that tail that looks like a head. They believe it's a defensive mechanism to confuse predators like kookaburras, snakes, birds of prey, and invasive animals like dogs and cats, into thinking that that's the head. But it's really weird because that tail doesn't like detach. like other blue tongue skinks and grow back. It can detach, but they die. So I don't know why they have that, but it's not the best. If it detached, it'd be a great defensive mechanism. Anyway, that tail is a great fat storage area. This species of blue tongue skink, they live 10 to 15 years. The oldest known in the wild was 50 years old. They are generally solitary, but when it's breeding season, they will unite with a special someone. Once two shinglebacks unite, they stay united until one dies. They are truly monogamous, both socially and sexually. So how does a shingleback find the quote-unquote one? The males will follow the females around for a few weeks before the breeding season. Coming up right behind her, stalking her through the bushes, just always
so romantic.
Just a few paces back.
Oh, that's so sweet.
If he's attentive enough and keeps up, she will select him as a mate for life. And what I find weird is like when I do this, it's considered like very bizarre.
Yeah.
So men, don't be like a male shingleback. Don't do that. So the pairs have been known to come back to each other for over 20 years before.
Wow.
They've tested them. They'll come back to the same spot. You know, they'll do their mating thing and they'll break up and then come back. We'll talk about why that's advantageous.
Yeah, and we can't do long distance. Bunch of losers.
What? Suit yourself. I was long distance for Kayla like 3 years. She was in Nepal.
I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about you guys.
It is tough. Okay, so they stay together for a few months until the female's pregnant. The male leaves and the female gives birth 3 to 5 months later. Literally gives birth. No eggs. Producer, we're going to watch a Facebook video.
Oh, of birthing?
Of birthing on Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. This is the beauty of love and the beauty of life.
And the producer can like skip through here and there because it takes like a good 4 minutes for it to happen.
That's nuts.
It is a huge baby.
Audio listeners, we're watching a lizard give birth, and it's the baby's head is coming out, and it is like the size of the lizard's tail. It's the size of the lizard's head. Like what is going on?
It's a quarter size of the mom, I feel like.
It's massive.
Yep. I feel like eggs would be a lot
Oh my god,
easier.
That must hurt so bad.
Probably, I mean, yeah, probably a lot of work. So she can have 1 to 4 of these offspring. 1 to 4. This large.
Guys, it's literally, it's like size comparison, audio listeners. It's like if a hot dog was giving birth to a big piece of dog poop.
What?
I think that's what the sizes are. He reminds me of poop.
Okay. Well,
do you not agree? Is that an accurate sizing?
I would be like, it's, the size of a hot dog giving birth to a hot weenie, dog. A weenie.
Okay. Sure. I'm just the baby lizard. It looks like
and then it eats its placenta.
No,
for food.
dude. That's good.
And then
I will be getting back on birth control. All right. That's good. Thank you all right, cool. All right.
He's eating, it's his food.
That's enough of that.
All right. So after about 3 days, the offspring are self-sufficient and could go off on their own.
Imagine if we were like that.
That's so nice. It'd be so nice. So what happens if the mate dies? This is where it gets really sad. And
they Romeo and Juliet it, don't they?
No. Worse. I don't know how to not anthropomorphize it when the scientists anthropomorphize it.
Okay.
So this is anthropomorphism. And if you don't know what that means giving animals human emotions. And that's not generally a good thing to do when you're a conservation research podcast. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to read what Nat Geo said about it.
Oh.
So some of the lizards appear to grieve when their mates die. Male shinglebacks have been observed hanging around the female for up to 3 days after she's been killed, tongue flicking and nudging her. They're persistent in trying to understand what happened to their partner. They would come back every 30 minutes after one had been killed by a car, would nudge it, try to get it to get up, would lick on it, and did that for 3 days, almost every 30 minutes except at night. Which is absolutely insane and so sad.
That's awful.
So they feel something. That's for sure. And for them to not to have that understanding to then just have to move on. I couldn't find.
Dude, I bet they're so smell oriented too. I bet it's like the prairie vole where they have the smell of their mate like triggers their sense of like reward and comfort.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's devastating.
And I bet there's gaseous smells that come off when it dies. And I bet they're mixed with the smells, and then it's so confusing. Oh my god.
Yep.
I'm anthropomorphizing. I'm not, actually. That was pretty biological. I am.
I'm putting myself in their shoes.
Ugh.
Like, Kayla's a dead shingleback, and I'm like, don't know. And yeah, that's hard not to go down that route.
Ugh.
So, anyway, I couldn't find out if they would come back, or if they would remate afterwards, or if they just go off and be single. I suspect they would remate, but they could just be single for the rest of their life. So,
wow.
But Maya, why do you think that's effective for them to always join up? Like to have that mating style, not just mate with the closest shingleback that's like the strongest.
Scarcity?
No, they're doing plenty fine.
Shared parental care?
Nope, they don't share. Female does. Otherwise, the babies are gone in 3 days.
Welfare. Experiencing oxytocin and vasopressin binding.
I didn't look at that part, but maybe. So it's like the theories are they don't have to restart every year. Okay. They know it. They can just get straight to copulation because it takes a while to get it going.
Okay.
It takes quite a few attempts. Up to 3 to 5 months sometimes. So if you have to restart with a new partner every time,
it's like when you go through a breakup after a long time, and you're like, I can't even imagine asking someone what their favorite color is.
Yeah. Wait, I've never done that.
Getting back on the dating apps.
I've never had to do that.
Never asked someone their favorite color?
Kayla's my first real girlfriend. And then I married her. So I've never had to like deal with that.
Okay, you guys get it. You know what I'm talking about.
Also, the other theories is there's significantly less disease and parasite transmission. And they're just a healthier couple that never have to deal with that, which is really interesting. I never heard that
Never
before.
have to get STD tests if you're in a long-term relationship, so long as your partner's not cheating on you.
True.
Keep your head on a swivel, ladies.
That's toxic.
Just saying.
Maybe they're fine.
Probably.
So Maya, do you know what the definition of true love is?
Having a ton of vasopressin and oxytocin receptors in your pituitary gland.
That's very scientific of you. True love is the soul's recognition of its counterpoint in another. And that's what the shinglebacks have. And I hope you find your counterpoint on Valentine's Day.
The soul's recognition of
their counterpoint.
Where'd you get that definition?
The Wedding Crasher.
Oh my god.
It's a good line.
The Wedding Crusher, the movie? Crasher?
With Vince Vaughn. And
you know what? It's a good line.
It is.
It is a good line.
Yeah. So, I do have one other. And I'm going to... is that a...
Quiz time!
Quiz time! I'm going to buy Kayla this thing at the very end of this section. It's great.
Okay, speaking of lizards, measuring at 24 inches, this lizard is the largest member of the skink family.
I don't know.
Skink. 24 inches. Big skink. Where's it native to? Do you know?
Australia.
I don't know.
What's the first letter?
B.
Blue tongue skink.
No shot. They're 24 inches.
Yeah.
Blue tongue skink.
Blue tongue skinks are overall the largest of the skink family.
Yeah, Maya.
24 inches?
The eastern blue tongue skink is the largest.
Yeah, Maya.
That's crazy.
Not Hank. Oof.
Apologize publicly.
Toast would be very disappointed right now. I was thinking about Hank today. Oh, okay. So, up next is a parasite, the most loving parasite, most romantic parasite I've ever heard of.
Okay.
So it is called Diplozoon paradoxium.
Okay.
We're just going to call it Diplo. Also a
Cool.
great EDM artist. So it's a flatworm found in freshwater fishes of Asia and Europe. So this parasite is commonly found in the gills of the fish. It is 0.7 centimeters long. It has several hooks in its mouth to latch in to the gills and start sucking blood of the fish.
That sucks.
And they're really cute. So I think they're actually the cutest couples because they're 100% monogamous. And it's the only flatworm that I know that is monogamous. And it's really weird.
Never looked into how many flatworms are monogamous myself.
It's really weird that
is weird.
This is a strategy. So, what happens is they fuse together.
I was literally just gonna ask that. I was like, are they only monogamous because they fuse to each other and then they can't go find someone else?
Yeah. So here's the life cycle. So parents lay the eggs. The eggs hatch and become larvae. The larvae survive for many months on their own. They'll like swim around the fresh water until they find some gills, and they can really only be successful once they find a partner. So they'll finally find a like-minded flatworm, and they will latch their suckers into each other and start to go under this thing called metamorphosis, where they're juveniles and not sexually mature, but until they latch, then they start to become mature. Their organs join together, their bodies become one, and they start producing gonads, so they can make eggs to repeat the cycle.
Wow.
So it's going from a single organism to another single organism, except this time it's two bodies in one. And it has lots of fan art around it.
Huh.
And they are pretty successful. They're highly studied for this reason. I don't know what other reason they're interested in doing this. But there's some really cool fan art that I'm going to buy Kayla now because I feel like a bad husband, and it is this. It's on Etsy. It is necklace. It's really cute, isn't that?
That's so... Wait, pause. When did you come up with this idea?
Last night.
Oh. Wait, okay, that's so nice.
Yeah.
That's so good, Connor.
Yeah.
Except the only problem is that it's the freaking 11th and Valentine's Day's in 3 days.
I can do special order. Look, the Etsy store has like 4.6 stars or something, and this one's been purchased a lot and has really good reviews.
Yeah, that is really cute.
And it's only like $8.
Okay, well that part you shouldn't say.
I'm being fiscally responsible so I can spend more on cats because we have 5 cats. And Kayla just keeps buying more and more stuff for them, so I need to save. That's true love, Maya.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think that's very nice.
So these Diplos are so romantic that they never want to live without each other ever, that they fuse together.
Yeah, they physically can't.
And the whole reason anthropomorphically is because they just don't want to be without their other.
Wait, so like are anglerfish then considered monogamous? I've never thought about it like that. If there's a fusion that happens, they're
monogamous.
considered monogamous.
Yeah.
Because there aren't a lot of fish that are monogamous.
No.
That's interesting. Anglerfish, the males will fuse onto the female, and then and he's a parasite.
Yeah.
Like it's sexual parasitism. And he'll share her
Monogamous
bloodstream.
sexual parasitism, okay? They love each other. It's not parasitism because she's willingly given it to him.
No, he bites her, and then they fuse.
Yeah, she's happy about it because she loves him.
That's anthropomorphic.
Yes, it
I don't
is.
know if that's true. Okay, well that's nice.
Yeah.
And interesting.
So, what do you rate my gift for Kayla?
I think it's really good, but you have to give her the whole explanation, obviously.
I'll tell her to watch the podcast.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Terrible self-report, this podcast.
Oh.
You don't want her to watch this app.
Skip to the end.
No, tell her in your own words. Say,
I think of you like a parasite.
if you and me were parasites, this is what we'd look like.
We'd be a diplozoom
If we were in
paradoxium.
another world, if we were both parasites, this is how we'd be.
Yeah.
You and me.
Sucking blood and fusing bodies.
Yep.
Nice. I feel like we're already kind of like these diplos because we live and work together all the time.
That's romantic.
Cool. I meant it to sound that way.
Quiz time again.
It's quiz time.
redemption.
I found this one. It's, speaking of Valentine's Day and, good treats. Known for its distinct shape and cult following as a cheesecake ingredient, the logo for Toblerone chocolate features a mountain with a hidden image of what animal?
Oh, I love Toblerones.
Wait, it's cheesecake and what?
What is it?
It's an animal?
Oh,
What is the hidden image? Yeah.
there's
A mountain with a...
Ram.
Incorrect.
I have no idea.
Oh, I should know this. I'm elk.
No.
Is it a goat?
It is a bear.
A bear.
Oh my god, that's crazy. It is in there.
I have to see that. I gotta see it on mine.
Huh. Well, there you have it, guys.
Okay. Toblerone's very good.
Get your partner some Toblerones or something.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have a good, safe Valentine's Day. I hope that you are genetically predisposed to monogamy. If you are in a monogamous relationship, I hope that you have... I wish you and your partner lots and lots of vasopressin receptors.
That's so nice.
For the rest of your lives. Go check us out on Patreon.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Let us know what other topics you want to see. Connor's going to be okay, everybody. Don't worry. He'll be back next week for sure.